Alright, let's try this again. My name is Matthew Rainey. This is for FTE 217 with Andrew Gutierrez, or however you say your last name. After 4 weeks, you still haven't gave me the correct pronunciation of it. Before we start off with the video, I got a few points to make. Stop telling me in the feedback to message you if I have any questions, because you've already made it plain and clear that if I message you on any previous assignments, then that's going to be classified as harassment. I can only message you about assignments that are in the future, which means if you've already graded it, that means it was a previous assignment. So just want to go ahead and point that out. Last week I got docked for barrel being clean, or not showing that the barrel is clean. Common sense tells you that when an item comes from the factory and is wrapped by the factory, that it is clean, and I showed that the barrel was unwrapped on screen, so it was clean. But that's neither here nor there. Neither here nor there, because I know you're not going to agree with me. We've had these issues since day one, but whatever. This is for the week 4 practical application, building the loader receiver. Extremely easy, extremely simple. Should have been done in week 1. It would have made all this other written work we've done a lot easier, because we would have had a better understanding of it. But that's on the instructors in the schools doing stuff backwards. But now we're going to get to it. My workspace is going to be here in the air, so I'm not moving my laptop around to show anything. There's no barrel in this, no firing pin, even the receiver, no firing pin. So it's going to be a safe work environment. As we see, no ammunition inside this, and even if there was, there's no way to fire it because there's no firing pin. So just go ahead and get that out of the way. We're going to do, I've got another thing. You told me to make a list. If you'd actually paid attention and listened to my video last week, you would have heard that I had a list, and I had it in my lap, and I was marking off after I talked about each item on the list. Sorry, that's my phone going off like crazy. I've got somebody messaging me, don't know why, because I'm ugly, I'm hideous, but that's besides the point. Let's see, it goes on just like that. We're going to do with the pins first, the pivot pin, takedown pin. Not exactly sure which one's the takedown pin, but that's neither here nor there. As we see, we've got the receiver for an AR6 or AR-15. I apologize. It's an AR-15. It's the receiver for an AR-15. Butt stock's on there and it works. Buffer tube, pistol grip, trigger, safety switch, magazine catch, bolt release, magazine release. So now we're going to get started with this. As you see, pins on the front and back are both working properly, holding it together like it should, has no issues attaching. Pulled one pin out, as you see. I pulled the pin out, so of course upper receiver is going to open. Pivot pin, it's called pivot pin because the upper receiver pivots on it. So you see it's there. Go ahead and take it off so it's not in my way and it don't get damaged, because I don't like damage on a firearm. We're back to this. As you see, it's in there, it's not coming out. That one's not coming out, it's not dropping back down, so it's staying like it should. I'm gonna go ahead and close them just like they're supposed to be. So we got takedown pin, not sure which one that is. Pivot pin, we've got it. Magazine catch, I already showed the magazine catch. As you see, it's complete. This magazine y'all sent me a little 10 round. It's perfectly fine. It's empty. As you can still see, it's still empty. I'm doing the work up in the air, but whatever. As you see, magazine's in it, so the magazine catch works. As you see, magazine came out. Magazine release works. Magazine well, it's on there. It's fine. There's nothing I can do to it. It's part of the loader receiver, so of course it's going to be in the video. So I don't know why that's part of the assignment. Bolt catch. I'm assuming it's this piece right here. That's technically a bolt release because you're going to press it and it's going to release the bolt. As you see, works fine. Hammer. Oh, sorry. Safety switch is on. Gotta turn it off to the fire mode. I'm gonna put my finger right here to keep hammer from hitting, coming all the way back. As you see, hammer's there. Trigger works. We're gonna keep trigger pulled back. We're gonna push the hammer in. We're gonna hear the audible click. We're gonna release the hammer, and we're gonna release the trigger. And as you heard, it's perfectly fine. So the disconnect works. Buffer. It's a little silver thing right here. When I was in the army, it was made out of plastic and rubber, but that's whatever. Action spring, I'm assuming it's buffer spring, is right there. As you see, it works. Ending, or the buffer retainer detent is right there. As you see, it's there. Butt stock, we already went over that. Grip attachment, which is the pistol grip. Receiver extension from, I don't know exactly what it is, but it looks like it's going to be this piece. The upper receiver. Not an extension because it doesn't extend the length of the receiver, so it's not technically an extension. Receiver plate, not exactly what I'm supposed to be talking about, unless it's this little piece right here, which as you can see, it's on there. All I know is it's at the rear of the firearm. Safety, we've already went over the safety features. The trigger, we've already went over the trigger, the hammer, disconnect. Castle nut, it's right there. I did not stake it because I'm not going to cause damage to the firearm that I'm building, because I am going to wind up changing this out to something better. But that's it. Name's Matthew Rainey. It's FTT or FTE 217, week 4 practical application. Instructor's name is Andrew Gutierrez, or however you say it. So like I said, it's week 4 and you still haven't told me. This has been 40 seconds too long. Goodbye.